What's up, guys? This is Thomas with McIntosh Trading, and today we're going to be talking about manipulated stocks, how you can identify them, how to play them, and I'm just going to kind of go over some examples of some stocks that have been manipulated in the past and how you can find those and just kind of how to play those to make money and how to avoid losing money on them. But yeah, let's jump right into it. Alright, so today we're just going to kind of go over 4 tickers here that have been manipulated up in the past, and they've had rug pulls, and they have like no reason for being up exactly, but they just continue to move up, and I don't know who or what is manipulating it higher, but the volume comes in when it needs to, and shorts just get absolutely squeezed, and you can make a lot of money on these. You can also lose a lot of money on them because they are volatile. So when the time comes for that rug pull, it can be a little scary, but I'm just going to hop right into it. I'm going to start off with XYF, and this one had just been manipulated up for a while. There's nothing special about their financials. I guess they've had decent revenue, but market cap of 245 million. There's been no news on this one at all, and sometimes these setups do take like a while to happen. As you can see, it had been like consolidating, and then finally it just randomly broke out with absolutely no news. And I believe the breakout I played was somewhere around here, and then I like scalped it a couple other times. And these can be super easy to scalp as long as you like just buy the dips on them. If you know that they're being manipulated up, you can always take a lotto position. It doesn't have to be anything crazy because these do generally produce large percentage returns, so you can kind of go in with a little more risk and take on that risk and potentially make a lot of money. So this one ran up to $17.88 from $1.45 not that long ago, back in November of last year, and it basically had no reason to be up. And it's going to be kind of hard to like exactly tell you how to examine these. It's just kind of based on volume and based on tickers that you know have generally been pump and dumps. Now, I've played this ticker numerous times in the past, and every other time I've been able to short it and make tons of money. Like every little pop, 395 here, 495 there. Every little pop right here, it popped to 369 and then instantly sold off the next day. Every single pop that this ticker had ever had was always sold off, and that continued to happen until right around here where like something started getting a little fishy. So I realized, I was like, okay, well, what's going on here? Because nothing fundamentally has changed about the company, but they're continuing to actually hold their gains and move up. And I've just noticed that, like, I've started to notice that some of these tickers will do this and they just be manipulated up, and you can make a lot of money if you play them the right way. So if you just play breakouts on these and scalp them, obviously just draw your resistances, draw your supports, buy dips, make sure that it holds this key level. My favorite thing is when it holds the 8 EMA. That's how I know it's bullish. Now sometimes it won't. I'll jump over to Moxie just super quick. Here it doesn't hold the 8 EMA, but it does hold that super trend all through its manipulation up. And so that's just one thing to note. And these type of plays I do not short. In the past, I've always shorted this ticker. Anytime it would run, I would short it. But if you notice something like this, just avoid it, because you're never going to catch this rug pull. It could just continue to go up and up and up and up, and I'll show examples of that also. Next up, we're just going to talk about AC here. Now, this company is allegedly going bankrupt, but for some reason they had, obviously we remember this massive spike. It had 46 million volume. It spiked to 38, and it started in like $2. So this is just another example of nothing fundamentally changing about the company, but for some reason something was manipulating up. Now it has a 1.2 million float. The spreads on this one are like $1 a share, so this is one that's like super volatile. You have to be really careful. I think the most shares I've played in this one is like 2,000 or 3,000, but I wouldn't even recommend going that heavy, because like I said, you can make a lot of money with not a lot of shares because of how much it's manipulated up and down. So here I initially bought this breakout here at over 17. Right here on this day it broke from 17 and it went to about 20. And like you guys should remember from the last 2 videos ago, I said that psychological numbers are something to watch as well. So here you had a psychological number break at 20, and you also had this resistance from the day before for the next day, and then the next day it actually broke out even higher. It broke out to $30. So it broke this $20 resistance, and then it broke 2170. I can come look over here, 2160. So it broke out, and it actually broke out to 30 from that. So that's just an easy one that you can take. 500 shares, a lotto, anything smaller, bigger, whatever you want, whatever you're worth risking, and you can just make a ton of money off stuff like this because it's manipulated up so heavily. And once those shorts start to pile in, I'm pretty sure that's what happens, is these old pump and dump tickers just get tons of shorts piled in who are in there for months, and they're trying to hold the line, and then eventually they just get squeezed because this old pump and dump ticker, they eventually have to cover all their shares, and that's when stuff like this happens where it just pumps up to 40. So, and like I said, this is volatile. It did dip right down here to the super trend, and then it actually bounced right back up and went right back to a new all-time high over this resistance here. And I actually am still watching this one because this one is still playing out. It could still bounce off this 80 MA. It could dip a little bit more. It could honestly dip back down to the super trend. It's just hard to say, because here with Moxie, the one we're going to talk about next, it bounced super high. It bounced up to 24, and then it actually dipped all the way back down to $9, and then it actually ended up still making a run back up to 31. So like, these manipulated plays are never done until like there's an official rug pull that says, okay, well, I'm going to drop like a ton of money one day. This ticker TIRX, you can see this is clearly being manipulated up, and it of course had a dip from 100 to 50, a 50% haircut, and that apparently still wasn't the rug pull. It still had more to go. So it ran back up to 95 and then just kind of hovered, and then this was the day that it finally rug pulled. And these are the days you do not want to be stuck in the stock, because this kind of stuff will happen. And like I just said, I've said numerous times, these are super risky, which is why you go small size and you only buy dips, and you just have to be super careful with them because you don't want to get caught in something like this. So going on to Moxie, you just see another one that started at $1 and slowly moved up. I think, honestly, I just think shorts got caught in it here, and once it broke this resistance line, it was just up, up, up. You had like no red days for like 2 weeks straight here, and then more manipulation up with just low volume every day, and then the volume finally started to get a little higher, and it would just break out every day. Up here it started getting a little weak, which is where I would get a little scared. And then finally we had the rug pull that brought it down, 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 and now it's trading right around here. So it could really go either way from here. But moving on, we're going to talk about TYHT here. This is one that I think is beginning to be manipulated again, because if you scroll back in time a little bit, it was actually manipulated over here at $3. It went all the way up to 19 over a couple months, and it's a crazy move. It had no specific news, but it had ran up, and as soon as it broke this resistance point here at 6, it was just nonstop green, 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 and not much volume to exactly make it move higher, but it's the kind of stuff that happens. And here it had a rug pull and finally dipped down, but I've noticed lately that it's kind of been being pumped a little bit again. I don't know who's manipulating it, but it's jumped from 357 all the way up to 620, and it seems every day that it dips, it always finds a way to get right back up. So like right around here, it dips in the morning, comes right up. Right around here, it dips in the morning, comes right up. And so something's manipulating this, and this is another play I'm going to be watching. So TYHT and AC, these are two that are being manipulated right now that you can watch literally play out in front of you. So I gave you guys 2 examples of stocks that were previously manipulated and 2 stocks that are being manipulated right now. And honestly, timing the rug pull is impossible, but you can make money on these if you just play the resistance breaks, buy the supports, and if the supports fail, get the F out. Just play small amounts of money, and you can definitely make money on these. I've made tons of money on AC, XYF, TYHT, Moxie. I've made money on all of them. And just avoid shorting these plays, because that's what happens is shorts get cocky. They think, oh, this ticker's trash, it should not be up here, but then it just squeezes on them. Alright, so that's all I have for you guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, retweet it on Twitter, and just kind of spread it around so I can keep growing. I'm going to be posting some more videos soon. I'm hoping to do 1 to 2 a week like I continue to say, but yeah, I just hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next time.